Hey guys, so here we are at the beginning of Darksiders 2. This is basically going to be like a walkthrough. I've already played the first few hours of the game, so I know vaguely what's going on. Oh, my voice was more strange then. Yeah, because I thought this is going to be more useful than just doing a blind LP. And all I've done is skip the little cutscene at the beginning, which wasn't too fantastic. I mean, it's alright. It sort of tells a story. If you haven't played the first Darksiders, then you'll probably still be able to follow this along simply enough. Basically, you play Death, who's out to try and prove the innocence of his fellow horseman and brother, War. And that's all there is to it, really. This is us on our path to finding innocence. And I'm just going to quickly check something because I should have had another weapon there, but who cares? I'll sort it out at some other point. Hey, these are our first enemies. Simple enough. I probably should have taken the tutorial notes off. And one thing you should definitely get used to in this game is dodging. Because enemies, they'll hit you, and they'll probably hit you quite a lot unless you get used to dodging around. But once you do get used to dodging around, you're going to find things going much smoother for you. There you go, tip number 1. And when you've got an enemy on its own like this, if you press, it's L2 on the PlayStation, so I imagine it's just the left trigger on the Xbox, you'll get onto like this target mode. You can do this when there's more than one enemy. It's just a little awkward switching between them. Your dodging is easier when you're in this, so I would advise just locking on if you feel like you have to. Let me just equip this stuff. Quite a nice bit of equipment I picked up. Some nice boots. They don't look stupid at all. And you can get secondary weapons in this, which do a lot. They're sort of well, the ones that I've picked up mostly have done a lot of extra damage. So they've been slower but more powerful versions of your primary weapons. Not versions, different weapons altogether. Anyway, just by the way, little thing in here, so kill this guy. This would be going a lot quicker if we had a secondary, and there we go, there's our first secondary. So let's equip that. And now the triangle, or what would it be, Y button, I imagine, is going to be using that for us. We get all these potions. We just practice swinging your hammer, and everything's fine. For the most part, this game it's pretty straightforward. Now I'm fairly sure I'm just playing on normal difficulty. These guys seem to be taking a bit more of a beating than I expected them to, but it's nothing we can't cope with. I think the biggest problem probably going to have while you're playing this is the awkward, well, quite awkward platforming controls. I've certainly seen better platforming controls before. It does take a bit of getting used to, but even once you are used to it, you might still have a couple of troubles with it. But I won't say too much. You can find there's quite... Oh, I was going to say there's quite a lot of invisible walls, but I think I may actually have been able to jump over that, so... Now, holding down the attack button for your secondary weapon will do a power attack like that. You can tell it's a power attack because it's glowing purple, and of course, in the world of gaming, that means power. Everyone knows that. Oh yeah, that'll happen quite a lot. I think sometimes it will just be because I'm being a little impatient, as you tend to be. You know, once you've done something and you know what to do. It's going to be helpful to get used to using the it was the L2 button again, same button that you used to lock on. Just get used to that when you're platforming, to lean away from something. And no one lived to tell the tale. We could pick up these, re-equip that because it does more damage, and I'll pick this up. We can sell stuff to a dude later on. So that's the only real use in picking up these extra items that don't do anything good for you. There we go. So it's pretty straightforward stuff so far. We can climb up this, of course we can. It looks slightly different from the normal wall, and that means we're good to go. There is an old man talking to us. He's just a crazy old man. Okay, he did die. I thought he might never die. We can't do anything over here. Not much secret stuff to discover so far, just that first chest we saw. And you will have noticed that Death, he's too lazy to use his own hands. You know, he's too good for that. Why would he need to? But we come to our first boss now, or mini-boss. It's hard to say. He has a name, and he has a life bar at the bottom of the screen, which is generally boss-ish. So yeah, we'll say boss. And yes, dodging is your best friend in this, as it will be in pretty much every boss fight you do in this game. And I would use your secondary weapon quite a bit if I were you. Just because the damage output on the secondaries is much better than it is on the primaries. I mean, the speed is clearly different. But just for simplicity's sake, the secondary weapons, I think, you know, in my experience, are going to make these fights go a bit quicker. And that's from doing a couple of boss fights as well, not just this fella here. Although saying that, it is partially dependent on the boss. Clearly, a slower, bigger boss like this, he's not going to be attacking as quickly, and usually once they do attack, they give you some time. They give you some time to come in for an attack of your own, whereas quicker bosses, you're probably going to be using hit and run tactics, moving in, taking a swipe, and then coming back out, so your primary is going to be more useful in those situations. There's nothing behind that, I checked. And this bird ahead of us, I'm going to talk more about this bird later, but if you're a bit of a simpleton like me, then that bird is going to cause you a lot of hassle. Anyway, now that we're off the poorly constructed elevator with the really dramatic music for such a strange scene, we'll go with this. We can do like a wall run and a wall flip. This guy is essentially Ninja Gaiden. Ah, there we go. I had my first death there in this game on that bit of platforming. Sometimes it can be really, really awkward, and you'll die in places that you think, well, I definitely did not deserve to die there. But these things happen, you know, it's not something that you could ever have helped. Now, where do we go here? I've forgotten. We just go up. Yeah, there we go. It's sometimes a little tricky to know where you can climb onto and where you can't climb onto. Yo, gotta angle that right. Sometimes I don't know how I do those things. Give me my money. Anyway, there's not really too much for me to discuss at the moment. I mean, you'll find your own techniques work best for taking care of enemies. I do like doing a couple of regular attacks and then getting in the secondary for a power attack. And for a lot of enemies it'll be the same. However, different secondaries have different kind of attacks. If you can pick up a glaive, I don't know whether you can get a glaive this early on, it might just be hammers and axes from what I've seen. But I found a glaive was probably the best secondary weapon I picked up. Because it has a fantastic bit of range on it. So you can take out enemies before they can reach you. And that's good. Why wouldn't you want to do that? Get off. There we go. Come on. See, Death, he's awkward. As much as he wants to save his brother, he also wants to make life a bit more difficult for you. And this bird, okay, there are collectibles in this game that glow green, just like that fucking bird does. No, this way, come on, straight ahead, Death. So I've been just sort of stood, looking around at places, seeing if there's anything secret that I've missed out that I can show you at a video. That's the wrong way. No, that was the right way. And that bloody bird, these hidden items, they've just been that bird. So don't let the bird fool you like I have. Alright, there we go. And then this way. This is all like basic stuff in the game so far. But get used to it because platforming can be a bit confusing.
Keeper of secrets, I need your help.
I helped you once before, Horseman. Look at me now. How I cursed that day. How I curse you.
Careful, Crowfather. I'm not here to put you out of your misery. Not yet.
I know why you've come. Your brother, the one called War. He's been imprisoned by the Charred Council and awaits their judgment. For dooming the Earth. For mankind's extinction. Why should I care about your brother's fate?
Because you know the truth. Your secrets can save him.
The Council will condemn War. Strip him of power, let him rot in oblivion. To hide the truth. My secrets cannot prove his innocence, Horseman.
No, but they can help me to erase the crime.
Bring mankind back from extinction. Madness.
If it's madness, then who better to show me the way?
Should a way exist, you will find it here.
The Tree of Life. Let me pass.
Not yet. That which you gave me, you will take it back.
In exchange for its secrets, you agreed to keep the amulet.
No. The voices, they curse and threaten without end. They cry to return. You must destroy it!
I cannot.
You annihilated their flesh. Why do you guard their souls?
Open the portal.
You will not pass while I live.
So be it.
Here your brethren are trapped in eternal torment. Do you wish to join them? And what of War? Would you kill your brother to save your precious balance?
He is innocent.
Are you so certain?
And there you were, thinking we were about to stab an old man, like everyone hopes to do one day. But it wasn't to be. So yeah, another boss fight pretty early on. This is our brother War. He's pretty serious about this sword of his. Yeah, so you're just dodging around him really. Same as most bosses, at least most early bosses. He won't hit you too hard, so you don't have to worry about that. Just as long as you don't get hit too much anyway. Oh, I was pressing the wrong button there. And now it's come in, use a power attack. Cocky, it's got too cocky. There we go. Okay. So again, another straightforward fight. They will get more difficult as the game goes on, but for now, I don't think I really have to give too many tips. Just circle strafe, keep your lock on, circle strafe, come in for an attack, or 2, or 3, however many you fancy doing really, and then get out the way. It turns out, after all, that we have stabbed an old man. Classic, it's what my dreams are made of.
Open the portal. Your secrets die with you, old fool.
My secrets, but not yours. The uncountable worlds of our universe swirl in an endless abyss. Many worlds ravaged by time or conflict are swallowed by the abyss, returned to the nothingness from which they were formed. But others linger for eternity on the brink of annihilation, that creation might be balanced with destruction. And in the final moment of battle, death was banished to one such world, in the autumn of its life, yet not far from the edge of darkness. Had death been sent to his doom, that answer would be found in the horseman's future, and in his past.
Be still, horseman. You are wounded.
Don't touch me.
Your arrival here is a bad omen. Yes, it troubles me greatly.
Old one, there's more trouble ahead if you don't start making sense. Where is the tree of life?
Life? This world is dying, lad. Choking on chaos and corruption. We can do little to stop it. Soon, the great tree too shall perish, and with it, the last of my people. Is that not what brought you here, Pale Rider?
I seek the tree. Your chaos and corruption don't concern me.
I'm afraid that's where we're gonna have to end it, guys, while I'm making a grand escape. When we pick it up, I'll be taking care of these guys. That's what happens when you chase me around like this. I hope you're looking forward to that. I hope I haven't kept this too long. Sorry about all the cutscenes. There won't be as many next time. And I'll see you next time.